Welcome to this deeply rooted yoga practice. Thank you so much for being here, for being part of Roots to Resilience. Thank you, thank you. There's a few things I want to say before this class begins. First off, I'm really sorry I'm not able to be here with you live. I live off-grid in the mountains, 8,000 feet above elevation with no service. So I came down to where it is still fall and not quite winter, and there is service. So I wanted to be sure I could get this to you, that weather wouldn't prevent me. With that said, I won't be able to see how you're receiving the class. So I want to give you a gentle reminder that in this class, and in any movement class, your body is your greatest teacher. These classes are for you, 100% for you. So if any time throughout this class you need to rest or something doesn't feel good and you want to not do it or take another variation, please do so. If at any time there's this deep yearning from within to take a completely different shape, heed that call. This is your practice. You may want some props, some blankets or towels folded up for beneath the knees or the sit bones. You may want some blocks or books for beneath the hands. This class is inspired by Qigong and yoga and the forest herself. My intention with this class is for you to feel rooted and connected to the subtle energies within your own body, to the rooted ones of this planet, which will hopefully include you throughout this practice, include the others who are joining in at this time. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that you find this class medicinal. I hope that you leave feeling connected, remembering that you are Tellurian, you are of this earth. I hope you enjoy. Start by finding yourself in a comfortable seated position and allow the fingertips to find earth, perhaps resting on the sides of the hips or behind you or in front, perhaps resting onto the knees or blocks, but still feeling the earth through these mediums. Let the lower body get really heavy, to be drawn towards the center of the earth as the crown of the head is drawn up towards the cosmos. Imagine in the mind's eye that you started to grow roots from the grounded parts of your body. No need to focus so much on how they look. Maybe they're like energetic streams of light. Maybe they're like that of a great ficus tree. Or perhaps it's simply a feeling. Imagine that these roots begin to search and penetrate whatever surfaces, whatever barriers there are between you and earth, and allow them to find soil, to move down into the depths past earthworms, crystals, brushing past stones, searching through minerals, finding other roots who guide you to the vast network, the web of connection that is omnipresent throughout this planet. Feel as you connect to this web, how you are seen and accepted, the ways in which you are held, you are known, the ways in which perhaps you can sense all the other beings who are connected, all the rooted ones that are plugged in here. Through the subtle energy of the breath, we are going to sit in conversation with this network, exhaling fully. With your inhale, breathing in from your roots for a count of 3, 2, 1, into the heart, holding it for 3, 2, 1. Exhaling back into the earth, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out, 3, 2, 1. Inhale that earth energy up into the heart space, 3, 2, 1. As you hold it, perhaps cultivating a sense of gratitude, of love, of a yearning for connection, and exhale into the soil. 3, 2, 1. Allowing your breath to return to a natural rhythm, lifting the hands off of the ground, palms face skyward. Allow them to slowly unfurl to reach up towards the honeyed light of the sun. Feel as your sit bones are drawn towards the center of the earth, as your fingers spread wide, searching for sun. Arms reach up, the arm bones suction down into your trunk, feeling the sensation between the palms even though they're not touching. Allow them to stay apart, or perhaps the eyes closed through feeling alone. Allow them to slowly and subtly find one another. Perhaps now is a time you'd like to set an intention for your practice, for roots to resilience, feeling the seedling of this intention between the palms, feeling the river of your breath as you exhale, and those hands gently find the space between the eyebrows, where the thumbs rest, where the third eye nurtures the seedling. Seeing this intention. And now the thumbs find the heartbeat, your internal rhythm, your embodied song sings to this seedling, sends gratitude into the hands. And slowly parting the palms, allowing them to find the ground, releasing this intention into the earth. Notice the sensation in the palms. The embodied song of the earth echoes your embodied song, your heartbeat. Slowly rise back up and switch which leg is in front. Inhale. Plug the left fingertips outside of the left hip into the earth and round, sweeping the right arm forward, then over the ear for a right side stretch. Inhale, feeling the breath weave itself through the right ribs. And exhale to round, sweeping right hand forward, right fingertips root into earth. Left arm reaches forward and then over the left ear, getting a stretch on the left side body. Feeling the belly button pulled into the spine. Go ahead and reverse this motion, feeling like a windswept willow, knowing that your roots and your stalk are strengthened by the wind. So moving through these a couple more times, let it be a dance of breath, of conscious embodied movement, a reflection of finding a sense of rootedness amongst the storms, to find beauty even through tumultuous times. When you feel nice and even with your inhale, the arms rise up, reaching to be a part of the canopy. Belly button pulls in and up for a sturdy stalk. Wind begins to twist your canopy, causing a torque in the trunk. Go ahead and root right fingertips behind right sit bone. Left fingers reach up and exhale. Left hand searches for the left knee. Observe how the river of your breath flows when you're in this position, the ways in which it twists and weaves. Some trees, whose canopies are blown by wind and trunks twisted, find the ability to secrete certain gallotannins, like a form of molasses, medicinal and healing for the human body. With your next inhale, the wind of your breath blows your limbs back up towards the canopy, belly button pulled in and up, finding your way through center. Inhale to rise, exhale to slowly twist over to the left. Left fingertips search for soil behind left sit bone, right fingers reach up before finding left knee. Sit bones ground and root, making space for the crown of your head to rise. Notice how the breath flows differently when twisting to this side. Gaze is in the direction of the heart, or perhaps over that left shoulder, noticing what you see here, whether the eyes are opened or closed. Observe the colors and textures, and allow the wind of your breath to blow your limbs up and back to center. Feeling the sensations within the palms, between the palms, as they slowly find each other above the head. Linger at the third eye. Check in with the sensations within the heart, and part ways, finding the knees. We will continue to strengthen our stalks. Inhale, sit bones reach back, heart reaches forward. And exhale, tucking the tailbone, rounding, straightening the arms, chin to chest. Inhale, the breeze blows the heart forward, elbows bend, heart and gaze reach for sunlight. And exhale to be blown back. Continue with this for a few more breaths. Perhaps you feel called to open up the arms as the heart comes forwards, and exhale to reach them forward as the heart reaches back. Allow yourself to play here, to feel, to be meaningfully moved, creating resilience through dancing with wind and breath and storm and roots. Let this be a dance to the song of a swaying leaf on a branch tip. Taking one more round, letting it be conscious, allowing your body to listen. With your exhale, arms reach forward, palms facing one another. And inhale to rise, listening palms. Allowing them to find each other, to feel their connection. And exhale to slowly part the hands, letting this be slow, as if you are blooming, as if you are opening up to receive. Slowly allow the back of the hands to find the legs, and simply be, feel. Notice the residue from those simple motions we just took. Allow your senses to tell you a story. Slowly make your way to a tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, perhaps rolling up the mat or placing a blanket beneath the knees. Sending roots from your limbs down into the earth. Hands stay rooted as they drag back. Inhale, belly drips towards the ground, gaze is up. Exhale, sit bones drag you back towards the heels, finding a child's pose briefly. Inhale, round to rise, cow pose. Exhale, moving through your cow, slowly back into your child's pose. Taking 2 more rounds, perhaps changing it up in a way that feels better for you. Embodying a sense of fluidity. Let this be a reminder of the connection between the ocean waves and the rooted ones. Forest reliefs, lipomeme. The leaves on the forest floor create fulvic acid when decaying, all of which feeds the plant life within our oceans. It is all deeply connected. Feel this as you breathe, as you find yourself in a child's pose, resting the third eye onto the earth, keeping the body as it is in that child's pose. Go ahead and bring the arms alongside the body for fallen leaf. If you can reach, perhaps grabbing onto the feet, though it is not necessary. Begin as a seed in stillness and silence, cradled by the living fabric of the earth. Here as the song of sunlight coaxes you from your sleep, slowly lifting the hips and unfurling the arms to reach up as if you were sprouting, growing into a great tree. Fingers spread wide, branches reaching up towards the canopy and suctioning down into the trunk, before slowly curling back into yourself, floating on a gentle breeze back into your fallen leaf pose, embodying a life cycle in mere seconds. Give way to gravity. Feel as you are fed by this life cycle, beginning again as a seed, nourished by the fallen leaves, held in the womb of the earth. Feel as the celestial bodies above call to you. Slowly hips lift, arms drag and rise up, emerging from the depths, from the darkness into light. Feeling sunlight dripping down your limbs, gladdening your cells. Arms can stay straight up or pressing the hips forward slightly, finding a curl beneath the shoulder blades, opening the heart to the sun, before once again curling in, gliding on a gentle wind down to the forest floor, feeling as your body is drawn towards the center of the planet. Feeling, listening with all your senses, taking one more round, slowly rising up. Perhaps the arms stay straight up, perhaps that heart searches for sunlight as you take a slight back bend, gazing through the canopy, and exhale to surrender back down into self, into earth, dropping the weight of your body fully into the soil, softening your organs, allowing the exhale of the rooted ones to enter your lungs, to fill your body more fully. Slowly engage the triceps, reaching the arms forward, round to rise. Exhale, cow all the way back to a downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, go ahead and pedal out your legs. Allow the head to drop. Slowly rise onto the balls of the feet. Weight shifts to the right foot as you suction that left leg in and up and take a step forward. Inhale, rising onto the balls of the feet, this time lifting the right foot, spreading the toes fully before planting the foot on the ground. Hands are rooted, whether they're on the palms or fingertips. Taking those slow, listening steps all the way to a standing forward fold. Taking any variation you'd like, maybe grabbing opposite elbows, maybe draping the arms down. Perhaps you are in stagnant air and stillness. Perhaps you are swayed by a gentle breeze or a wild wind. Fingertips find the ground or come to the shins for a halfway lift. Fingers rooted, dragging back towards the feet, or hands pressing into the shins. Sit bones reach back as heart reaches forward. Hamstrings actively press back behind you, suctioning energy up from the feet. And exhale to bow into yourself. Slowly weight shifts to heels. Bend into the knees. Fingers reach back, heart reaches forward. Inhale into the heart, carried like the lightest seed on a breeze. Let your inhale sweep the arms up. Chair pose, Katasana. Belly button pulled in and up. Slowly start to rise, straightening the legs as the arms come down slowly, opening up like great branches. Letting it be really slow before finding their place alongside the body. Palms face forward, closing the eyes. Lift all 10 toes, spreading them wide, dropping them down. Maybe shifting a little weight from side to side, from heel to ball of foot, so you find a nice rooted, grounded place to be. Slowly crossing right wrist over left, palms facing one another as much as they're able. Slightly bend the knees, tucking the chin, perhaps recalling your intention, feeling that seedling between the palms. With your inhale, the left arm lifts the right, up above the head as the legs straighten, the hands part, the seed grows. And exhale, slightly bend into the knees. As you do it all over again, right wrist cross over left, palms facing one another, breathing into your intention. Root to rise, press into the feet. Let this take a rippling effect as left arm lifts the right above the head, and slowly parting the arms, bringing them alongside the body. Listening, maybe you want to open up into a chair. Maybe you want to keep the legs relatively straight. Find your version. Listen to your own body, your own song. Inhale, root to rise. Lifting the arms overhead, parting, calling your intention into existence. Spreading, opening the arms, bending into the knees. And taking one more in silence, noticing what muscles are working, what is opened up, what sensations are throughout the body between the palms. And slowly find your way to a standing forward fold, draping the upper body like a carpet of moss across the limb of a tree. If you have blocks, you may want to grab your blocks. Otherwise, fingertips search for soil. Inhale, halfway lift. Weight shifts to the right foot. Left heel reaches up and back. Heart reaches forward as hands stay rooted but drag back towards the right foot. Slowly, as that heart continues to reach forward, the left foot finds the ground behind you and roots, as does that back left knee. Adjust in whatever ways are necessary. Right knee aligned over right ankle. Inhale, the wind of your breath blows the arms up. Fingers spreading, reaching, searching, listening. Hearing the call from within your own body as it embraces the rooted ones. Perhaps you are drawn to stillness. If so, stay there. Perhaps you are drawn to dance with the breeze like we did in our seated cat-cows. Inhale, opening the arms like branches. Shoulder blades squeeze together and down. Heart searches for sun. And exhale to curl the body forward, palms facing one another. Moving through this a couple more times, or perhaps you're staying in that still, rooted state. Always feeling that hum and pulse of life moving throughout your limbs. Slowly plant the left hand on the inside of the right foot, right fingers reaching up, left hand rooted down, pressing in order for that right fingers to rise. Staying just like this, or perhaps you're called to another variation, because there's flexing the right foot and allowing that knee to fall outwards, opening your heart even more towards the sunlight. Exhale, right hand comes to the inside of the right foot. Rooted down, dragging back, heart reaching forwards. Staying here, or perhaps finding the forearms onto a block or the forest floor, energetically pulling back as that heart energetically reaches forward, searching the forest floor with the gaze, noticing what your eyes are drawn to, what textures, what shapes, what stories. Allow the eyes to linger for a moment, slowly rising back up onto the palms, finding a way to wiggle or slide or reach that right foot back. Taking an inhale and exhale, the sit bones drag you back to a child's pose. Feeling the current of your breath, hearing the echoes of your heartbeat. Noticing how these internal sounds meet with the external to create the symphony of the present moment. Slowly engage the arms and bring them alongside the body, finding the place of the seed, place of new beginnings. Slowly, as you inhale, as the sun drapes itself across your body, unfurl, sprout, rise. Taking whatever variation here, maybe arms straight up, maybe a slight back bend, maybe even on a cactus, the arms, shoulder blades squeezed together and down. Perhaps there's a certain tree you are embodying here. And slowly curling into yourself, carried on the wind, find yourself resting as a fallen leaf. Feel as your body, as the ground, as the forest hums in its ancient golden throat, as they all sing the song of this existence, as the earth herself pulls you closer to her. Going to take one more round, emerging from the dark depths, to open, to unfurl, to become vulnerable by opening your heart, by spreading your limbs. Again, taking whatever variation speaks to you. Slowly curling back into self, into that contemplative space, back to earth, taking note of your inner landscape, of sensation, of thought, not grasping onto any thought, but allowing it to pass from brain to soil. Engage the arms, bringing them forward, child's pose. Fingers spread, hands rooted. Inhale, gaze up at the hands. Exhale, tuck the tailbone round to rise. Exhale, a brief cow before toes tuck and hips lift you up and back to a downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out the legs for a moment before allowing them to settle to root to ground. The brain humbles to the earth. The hands press into their roots in order for the sit bones to rise. With your next inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet. Weight shifts to the left foot. Suction the right leg up into the hip socket, and then take it a step forward. Spreading the toes, feeling the terrain beneath your feet fully as they land. Maybe coming onto the fingertips, bending the knees as much as you need to. Noticing, observing every muscle it takes, every sensation across the skin. Once you get to the hands, inhale, halfway lift fingertips to earth or shins. Exhale to drape like a vine, perhaps swayed, maybe in stillness. Listening to the language spoken within your own body. Fingertips search for soil or shins. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, weight to heels, bend into the knees, fingers reach back, heart reaches forward. Like a seed released from the treetops. Inhale as a gust of wind blows the arms up, chair. And as you straighten the legs slowly, the arms part. Feeling every muscle it takes to slowly lower the arms before they find their way alongside the body. Perhaps allowing the eyes to close, a slight tuck of the tailbone, bend of the knees, crown of the head reaching up, feeling the sensations running up and down the arms, feeling the ground beneath your feet. Bend the knees slightly, crossing left wrist over right in front of you, perhaps palms facing one another, chin tucked. nurturing a seedling. Straighten the legs as that right wrist draws the left up. Slowly part the arms, maybe keeping the legs straight or maybe bending into a chair. Exhale as the left arm crosses over right in front of you. Once again, tucking the chin, breathing into the seedling and intention of feeling. Taking 2 more rounds in silence, yet listening with all of your senses. Listening to the myriad of languages spoken within you, around you, beneath you, spoken in languages older than words. Recognizing that the narrative of this existence is many-tongued. When you've completed your last round, connect the palms above the head and allow them to make their journey down to the third eye to check in with the heart and to gently bring the arms alongside the body to just feel. When you're ready, slowly finding your way to a standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, sit bones reach back, heart reaches forward. And exhale to bow, to let go, to release the weight of the head. Inhale, halfway lift, weight shifts to the left foot, right heel reaches up and back, right toes point earthward. Hands are on blocks or on the ground, maybe on fingertips. Gaze searches for an anchor as you slowly step the right foot back. The right knee roots into the earth. Front ankle and knee aligned. Inhale to rise, to reach, feeling branches and leaflets, reaching for the golden celestial body above. Perhaps staying in stillness or maybe moving with the breeze. With your exhale, bringing the torso forwards, and inhale, opening the heart, shoulder blades squeeze together and down, your branches open and sway, moving with the wind of your own breath a couple more times, or maybe staying in that still rooted space. What would be the most spacious, the most nourishing for you right here, right now? Slowly, both arms reach back up towards the sky. Right hand roots down on the inside of the left foot. Left fingertips search through the canopy. Staying here, or maybe taking another variation, perhaps flexing the left foot and letting the leg roll out a little bit, opening the hip, leaning back, opening the heart. Taking a big inhale into the heart, and exhale, the left hand comes to the inside of that left foot. Feel free to heel to the left foot out a little bit if you need to. Staying on the palms of the hands or coming down onto the forearms or maybe some blocks or a blanket. The hands, the forearms pulling back, the heart reaching forward, embracing the lizard, the medicine of the lizard, soaking up the energy of the earth, of sunlight and stone. Medicine of deep belonging. If you've come to the forearms, slowly rise onto the palms of the hands and find your way into a child's pose. doing whatever you need to do to get there. Allowing your weight to be fully carried by Earth. Go ahead and engage the arms and bring them alongside the body. We're going to do one last round of the journey from seed to sprout and tree to fallen leaf. Perhaps recalling your intention or thinking of another seed you'd like to nurture, and moving in your own time, in your own way. Listening to the symphony of breath and heart. And eventually finding that final gesture of curling into self, of rest, of letting go, of surrendering to this great, mysterious, unimaginable story that we found ourselves woven within. Go ahead and engage the arms and bring them forwards. Child's pose. Fingers spread wide. Exhale, round to rise. Inhale, a brief cow. Before your exhale drags you up and back, downward facing dog, taking any wiggles or movements you need to. We're going to take those same steps forward, but I'm going to offer a variation that's a little more challenging. If you'd like that option, rise to the ball of the right foot, left leg reaches up and back, and then just imagine that you're drawing a circle with that leg before taking a step forward, spreading the sole of the foot before it meets the earth. Right heel reaches up and back, comes out to the side, and then finds the earth. Perhaps there's a different variation you'd like to take. Just feeling every muscle that it takes. What is soft? What is engaged? Eventually finding your way to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Hanging like that carpet of moss. Feeling how your relationship with this position may be changing throughout your practice. Observing the journey of your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, weight to the heels, bend into the knees. Fingers reach back, heart reaches forward. Inhale, the wind blows the arms up, and as you bring those legs to straight, the arms start to part, to open like branches, slowly finding their way alongside the body. Feeling that hum of aliveness beneath the feet. To quote Brian Doyle, there are more stories in the space of a single second, in a single square foot of dirt and air and water, than we could tell each other in 100 years. Feel yourself as the perceiving presence. Feel yourself as a part of these stories. And allow us to nurture this seedling. Right wrist cross over left. Inhale to rise. And exhale to part your branches. Open your limbs. Maybe bending into the knees. Maybe keeping them rather straight. Taking one more. Letting it be intentional. Deeply felt. Observing each articulation within the body, as these too are stories. This time, as the arms come forward, weight shifts to right foot, lifting the left knee, opening the arms Exhale, the torso comes forward, the arms come forward, the left leg reaches up and back. Warrior 3. Inhale, open up the arms, fingers point back, heart reaches forward, flying warrior. Still balancing on the right foot. Exhale, curling that left knee forward once again, crossing the arms as if giving yourself a hug, curling into a seed. Inhale to open up, left toes back, fingers back, heart forward. Taking one more round, curling into self with your exhale, taking that time to journey into your own embodied experience. Inhale to open up, to become vulnerable, to allow your heart to be exposed. Exhale, curl the knee into self. Inhale, open up. Slowly the arms come forward as the back foot lands. Right knee over right ankle, the arms rise. If at any time you need to bring that back knee down, do so. And once again, listening to the song of craving within your own body. Perhaps you are called to stillness, the heel of your back foot reaching for the ground. Or maybe you want to move. Exhale for the torso to come forward as your limbs do. Inhale to open up, dancing amongst the storm, strengthening your stalk, your roots. If you found yourself in movement, slowly making your way back to center, those hands slowly connect together above the head. The front leg straightens. The palms come down to meet the heart, allowing the hands to listen, to feel. The soles of the feet to listen, to feel. Inhale, arms sweep up, bend into that front knee. Exhale, allow the wind to blow you into a twist. Perhaps the left hand is planted inside of the left foot, or maybe that left elbow comes outside of the knee. Fingers pointing back, left palm face skyward, right palm faced earthward. Gazing in that direction, feeling the texture of the air between the palms. Inhale, wind sweeps you up to high crescent. Exhale, palms connect. They come down to the heart. And slowly fold forward, planting the hands on either side of that front foot, stepping, wiggling, or dancing back to your downward dog. Inhale, lift high onto the balls of the feet, maybe taking the simple steps or maybe making a circle with that right foot before planting it in front of the left. Taking those circle steps or those smaller steps, either way, let the steps be listening steps. Allow yourself to feel each articulation, to feel the change in terrain beneath you, the change in breath. Once you get to the hands, inhale, halfway lift. Lifting the knees, sucking energy up from the earth like one big root system. And exhale to drape, to let go, to feel. With your next inhale, finding a halfway lift. Exhale, bend into the knees, weight to the heels, fingers reach back, heart reaches forward. Inhale into the heart. And exhale, that gust of wind blows the limbs up. Root the feet to rise. As you rise, parting the arms slowly, feeling how the sensations in the muscles and up and down the arms, in the palms change. Feeling the residue within your limbs. Feeling that sweet tumult and tumble of the breath. Bend the knees slightly, slowly cross left wrist over right, holding the seedling, bringing it forth. Right wrist lifts the left, those legs straighten, belly button pulled in and up, feeling like a great tree. Exhale, part the limbs, bend into the knees as much as the body craves. And take one more. Moving slowly. And this time as the arms come forward, weight shifts to the left foot. Inhale, lifting the right knee up, and exhale, the arms come forwards. That left foot reaches up and back, and the arms find their way back. Heart reaches forward, flying warrior. And exhale, left knee curls into the body, hugging the self with the arms. Taking a couple more rounds of this, letting yourself wobble. Even the trees wobble in the wind. Letting it be a dance between introversion and vulnerability. A dance of honoring boundaries. The beauty of tightness, of growth. And slowly the arms reach forward as that back foot reaches back and lands. Arms rise, left knee aligned over left ankle, back ball of the foot anchored down, back heel reaching, hips square to the front of the mat, belly button pulled in and up, finding stillness or opening the arms. Exhale to come forward. The wind of the breath opens your torso up. Moving with the breath or staying in the still places. Any place that feels good, feel free to stay there. Notice the little articulations that the feet make, that intelligence within them that keeps you balanced. Slowly finding your way once again with the arms overhead, straightening that front leg. The palms connect. They slowly make their way down to the heart. Feel where the hands are connected. Feel the spaces where they're not physically touching one another, but there is something to be felt there. Inhale, bend into the front knee, arms reach up. Exhale, the wind blows you into a twist. Again, that right hand can be planted on the ground, on a block, or the elbow can be outside of the knee. Bottom hand faced skyward, top hand faced earthward. Gazing in the direction the fingertips are pointing. Inhale, the wind sweeps you up, straighten the front leg. Connect the palms. Bring them down to the heart. Slowly bend into that front knee, plant the hands on either side of that front foot, and go ahead and step back, downward facing dog. Taking any last movements in this position your body may be craving, as this is the last downward dog. And finding your way into a child's pose. When you're ready, wherever you are, taking a big inhale through the nose, through the mouth, sigh it out. Knowing that even in the stillest of places, you are connected. Your exhale is taken in by the green ones, and their exhale, in turn, fills your lungs. There is this ancient story of reciprocity that we are firmly rooted in. Feel free to stay resting in a child's pose, or maybe walk the hands up, sitting onto the heels, or taking another seated position. Back of the hands on the legs, palms facing up, staying here just to feel. Allow your body to be breathed, for that breath to be natural, to let go of control, to feel the pulse and hum of existence moving within your palms, throughout your limbs, feeling how even in stillness there is a deep movement that occurs. That your body is a story that is always in flow, a narrative that never pauses, an endless ebb, a wax and a wane. Slowly open the eyes. Find yourself seated, feet planted on the ground before rolling onto your back, letting the upper body melt into the earth, allowing the shoulders to root and ground. Slowly hug the knees into the body and let yourself find stillness or move and explore, maybe circling the knees, maybe giving yourself a little massage with the ground. If you don't know what to do, just close the eyes and feel. It doesn't have to look a certain way. It just has to feel good, nourishing. Slowly bring the knees together and center. Engage the core and then open the arms up, perpendicular or in cactus. And slowly lower both knees over to the left. Gaze can be skyward or over to the right. Both arms can stay cactus, or maybe the left hand wants to rest on top of the left knee. Following the thread of your breath. Feeling the sensations on your skin, the texture of your clothes, of the ground beneath you, of sunlight or shadow draped across the skin. If the thoughts try to pull you away, just coming back to your sensational experience. Engage the core, slowly bring the knees through center and gently drop them to the right. Feeling perhaps like a twisted tree fallen onto the ground to nourish the forest floor. The body of a tree becomes a home. It becomes nutrients to feed the community. It is inherently important and deeply connected to all that is, even in death. Again, feeling that hum within the body, beneath the body. Slowly bring the knees to center and go ahead and squeeze them tight, maybe bringing your forehead up to meet the knees, tightening every muscle in the body, squeezing everything tight, tight, tight. And then unfurling, opening up like a blossom, and finding your final resting pose, your Shavasana. Allow the boundary between the self and the other beings that make up this existence to become porous. The eyes closed, the body melting into the ground, the sound of breath and heart threading into the quilt of this experience, feeling the continuity of your body and the planet, the continuity of your body and all other living things. Remembering that we are not here to remake the world to fit us, but we are here to fit into the world, to belong. Allowing the body to feel like a warm, expanding puddle, where the lines between you and earth become blurred. Now resting in silence, resting in feeling, in remembrance. Slowly calling yourself back. Maybe flickering fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles. Maybe taking a big old stretch like you're just now waking up. And then dropping once again. Slowly bend one knee at a time. Gently roll to one side. Resting one hand in a place where it can touch the ground. Feeling as if you were cradling a loved one, because you are. Sending gratitude and thanks from your palm into the soil. Thank you to the earth. Thank you to you for being here. The echo of aliveness within me honors